Hello and welcome to another Pioneer video. I'm Tandy, and today we're going to be trying Ygra, Eater of All in Pioneer again, but this time we're putting a little bit of a twist on it. The card Scavenger's Talent is a great way for you to not only generate food, but also to mill yourself and ultimately start reanimating things from the graveyard just by sacking some food tokens and small creatures. Um, Being able to bring back Ygra and then self-milling yourself until you hit 2 Cauldron Familiars has been a very easy way to win the game by casting very little from your hand. With Scavenger's Talent, Cauldron Familiar, Witch's Oven, you essentially create a loop that just mills you or your opponent for tons of cards. And if you find Ygra, you're able to bring that back. But I want to see how good it is to bring back Vein Ripper in that same shell. With things like Cauldron Familiar, Fatal Push, we can also do some like cool brain and drains with it. Hard casting the Vein Ripper seems not easy, but certainly potentially doable. And we're going to see just how it works here. We have the Sorin Vein Ripper interaction where we can play Sorin early and then minus to put in Vein Ripper. We're not playing Mutavault, so the Sorin is going to be a little bit lackluster outside of doing the Vein Ripper thing. But I think that alongside Ygra to give lifelink, as well as Vein Ripper to just like cheat it into play, it's going to be pretty cool. I haven't played any with this deck yet. I think it was interesting. I put it together last night, and I want to see how it goes. I think Sorin Vein Ripper is just like a nice thing to pair together. This would probably be better in like a Jund shell with Fable the Mirror Breaker, but adding Fable the Mirror Breaker to your mid-range deck's like a cheat code. We got 2 copies of the Mihawk Massacre. This is going to be our sweeper effect, but it works nicely with Familiar to just do some chip damage. We have 4 Trail of Crumbs, which is going to be a draw source. I like that the Trail of Crumbs can find the Sorin or the Vein Ripper because it searches for permanents. Yeah, and that's basically the deck. We've played a lot with Cauldron Familiar, Scavenger's Talent so far, and we're kind of just jamming Sorin Vein Ripper into it. So let's just go ahead and get to a league and see how it goes, yeah? This hand is a lot better. We'll keep. I'll put back a land probably. And I guess it's just one of the Overgrown Tombs. So now, right now, it just looks like a normal Cat Oven hand. I think that the talent is just extremely important to get online. And in case they have Thoughtseize, I think I'd rather have talent in play than Oven. Because if I play turn 1 Oven, they take the talent. I basically just have Oven Familiar only. They're on a mold of 5, though, so I don't know. Wish you were playing at Apex this weekend. Aw. I wish you were playing at Apex this weekend as well. Anyone else having stream problems? I hope not. I'm not dropping frames. Bumping ground. Kamano. This matchup can be very tough, but they are on a mold of 5, so we'll see if we can get there. Alright, so let's go Oven. And Cat. And as long as we're careful, the Kumano should never be able to kill the cat. Well, if it's only a 3-hour drive, you should just come up yourself. Come play. You don't have to have a friend for a 3-hour drive. 3-hour drive is nothing. Kumano. Easy block. And I don't think there's any reason to bring the cat back now because we don't want to expose it to burn spells with a Oven tapped. Alright, so great draw and Fatal Push. We have push for whatever. And we might want to do it main phase, but I don't think so. Like, I don't know if playing around those types of effects is really that relevant. Like the Snakeskin Veil type things here. Maybe I should have shocked, but I can just do this next turn to do the self-mill. The cat will get exiled when those Kamano flips. So if you read Kamano, It says if a creature is dealt damage by a source you controlled would die, exile it. If I sack it to the oven before damage, it never actually dies to damage. It gets exiled on paper? What does that mean? Alright, watch this, chat. I'm gonna trick them. I was trying to trick them. I want them to go for a kill on this while I'm tapped out, and I was going to push this in response. But either they don't have it, or it doesn't matter. Alright, so chapter 2 now. We'll say go. Will Scavenger's Talent not work in a Tyvar build? Maybe. I think Scavenger's Talent just works specifically well with Witch's Oven, Cauldron Familiar, Goose. And I don't think that these cards go that well in a Tyvar deck. Tyvar just really wants you to play Llanowar Elves. Okay, I guess their hand just must have been horrible. I don't know. Do I want Haywire Might for sideboard card slash Kumano? I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. Pack attacks, so we don't have 5Ks and stuff here in Florida? That's a bummer. It takes organization. It takes a lot of hard work to get something like that going. Once I draw lands, unfortunate. We're gonna keep a weak one. Probably should mulligan, but I got Fatal Push. Oh, they're doing this thing? Okay, so now I have a better idea of what their deck is. Alright, we'll go Goose into Witch's Oven. Weird. I mean, I guess they're just, like, gonna go Big Thing plus Coyote this turn. You know, they're setting up for, like, the big burst turn. But this is, like, I just don't really get it. You know, they could have cast it and dealt some damage that turn, but now they can give their next thing haste, I guess, and they can give Braintree haste, but Alchemists. I guess they Coyote as well. I don't think that I should block. I think I just take the big hit. Haste Trample anyway. I guess we'll just take 8 down to 11. And now they have Aloe Alchemist plus Burning Tree, or what you call it next turn, maybe? Alright, let's go Trail of Crumbs. I don't think I need to do Catavan twice this turn, and I do want to Trail of Crumbs. I should probably have Trail of Crumbs, but I kind of like the thought of maybe blocking with the Goose if I need to, but maybe that's weak. There's a Caretaker's Talent deck in Pioneer. I think that there is a ton of cool decks from Bloomburrow that have not really been tried yet. Can't get in this turn? Okay. We'll take 2 more. That's fine. I think they timed that a little poorly. I'm going to take Vein Ripper just in case I hit. Like a goose. You can actually just cast Vein Ripper next turn. All right, let's main phase, bring back Cauldron Familiar. And I'm going to pay 1, trying to find Sorin. Take Ygra. Okay, and now we have the ability to just do everything. So let's go Goose, Oven, hold up Fatal Push. And now we have multiple cat ovens that we can do. And then once we get Vein Ripper down with Cauldron Familiar, we can do some seriously cool stuff. And I think I will block 2 things here. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just take this. And now I'll wait to see if they go for Monstrous Rage, and then I'll kill the thing they Monstrous Rage, but otherwise I'll just take 4. Oh, this has Trample anyway. I'm an idiot. I should have blocked one of these. This was a punt. I need to read cards better. Yeah, I messed up. It's just a mistake. It happens. 2 mana. Might have accidentally killed myself because I didn't block correctly. Yeah, blocking the trample is definitely a punt. Hopefully we can live through it. Okay, 3 damage and a buff. So let's go bring this back. Yeah, I blocked the wrong guy. It's fine. Let's see if we can survive. Turn off auto yield. If they have another thing, we're certainly dead. We're gonna go to 1 as it stands. And then we get to maybe cast Vein Ripper. Alright, so let's go attack for 1. Alright, we'll go sack this for food. Then we'll go black. No. Black. No. I wish I had drawn a Vein Ripper off of the Shell Crumbs like 2 turns ago. That would have been a really nice kind of like discovery turn with the Vein Ripper. We did make a bad block. Luckily, we were able to find a way out of it. Opener looks medium. I think I'm gonna mulligan actually. Wow. Pretty shitty, but we'll keep. Put back a Ygra. Maybe adding the Vein Ripper stuff just makes our deck significantly worse in terms of early draws. Aractos. Thought sees you. What you gonna take? Gonna take Scavenger's Talent probably. Alright, we'll just chapter 2 this. Vein Ripper too strong? I mean, it did look pretty good there, if I'm being honest. Just casting it with Cat Oven. Alright, so let's go Trail of Crumbs, Great Draw, and Familiar. And we can block, and then bring it back next turn and pay 1 and mill 2. Oh, they're the same deck. Very cool. We're gonna go to level 3 on the talent and say go. They can't really attack, because the moment they attack, I get to do some seriously cool stuff. We draw land. Ygra seems pretty solid. Swamps look amazing. They do look pretty good. Alright, mill myself. I'm gonna leave up in the green so I can play Troll Crumbs if I draw a land. We drew Goose. The Oven's pretty good too. Guess I'll just take Oven. And now we just have Cat Oven, Talent, whatever. They go. Oh, we should have main phased it, because if we mill over a big thing, we can sack the 2 food and the Trail Crumb to get it back. That's a mistake on my part. I really need to like slow down a bit, I think. But I started to go to time a bunch with this deck yesterday because I was taking so long, but alright, so let's see. I think I'll let them keep the token, because I just want to block and sack. But this is a pretty weak turn from them, all things considered. Alright, so now we hit Vein Ripper. So we should be able to just pop off now. Found a Ygra as well. Alright, so we bring back this. I don't really want another Vein Ripper, so we'll take Talent. And now if we find another Cauldron Familiar, we should be able to win during the end step. Azure Tizagon, pretty good special effects. Okay, so what are we sacking here? We want to play 2 things, I guess. And it's probably Talent and Oven. Oh, thanks, special effects. Appreciate it. Alright, so we will, in a turn, sack 3 things. And I'll sack the old talent and 2 food. Or the new talent, rather. Choose a creature. We'll bring back Vein Ripper. Because we don't have familiar stuff yet. We're barely short. I guess we had a bunch of mills here, so maybe I should have. But Vein Ripper is pretty solid too. So we'll bring back the cat now. We did find another one. Okay, cool. So we kind of took a roundabout way of getting there, but I think we did fine. I will be fighting pretty hard to kill the artifacts and enchantments. I think Meathook Massacre can go. Figure Poison, Haywire Might, both good. I like Soren Ripper in this matchup. I think it's tough for them. And I think I'm just going to cut some Fatal Pushes, but perhaps we just need them to be able to fight through Mayhem Devil. Mayhem Devil does seem really annoying. I wonder if there's any universe where instead of we should board in more removal and board out Soren Ripper, but the Ripper specifically is just very strong against Cat Oven, and I doubt they have very many ways to kill it once it's in play. I think Trail's good. Maybe Pick Your Poisons is too much. Maybe it's just Haywire Might for Meathook Massacre. Let's try to get 2 in. They thought seized the shit out of me, so we'll just do Haywire Might. I don't know. I'll see more of their deck. I know they'll have Fable and stuff too, but whatever. We'll keep. It's hard to mulligan against opponents like this. And I can turn 1 talent, which I think I'll do just because I don't like running into Thoughtseize. Oh, maybe not now. Alright, we'll just Goose. Next turn we can Goose talent. This also gives us a blocker so we don't take chip damage here. We can Ygra next turn, which is kind of cool. Fountain Port might be very good soon. Mayhem Devil? No, it's Fable. We can beat Fable very easily. Here we go. Turn 3, big boy. I discard 1. Blot out. Awkward. 2 cards only in hand, though, and we're still at a very high life total, so this could be a very grindy game. License Hearse, annoying, but we can certainly beat it. I guess I'll just start making food with Goose. Drew a bunch of lands since the opener. Maybe we should be... I guess we can maybe sack a token next turn to draw a card. You can also Chapter 3 talent. Now that oh man, this is bad. We're getting whipped. I guess I want to keep the Meathook Massacre in just because they have a ton of things. Oh, this is maybe a bad block, but Mayhem Devil with all this stuff is just rough. I'm just going to quit. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't quit. It's fine. We do lose all of our stuff. We have Scavenger's talent. We can Fountain Port to draw a card, and if we find Fatal Push, we can kill Mayhem Devil. I don't think I'm going to be able to mill them out, so I'm not going to target them. I also don't want to mill over a cat, so just mill ourselves some. Maybe try to fight through the Unlicensed Hearse eventually. If we draw a Fatal Push and push the Devil, and then we mill over Cat, and we get Cat Oven going, we have a shot. Oh, we hit nothing. Still nothing. I think I'm just dead here. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're just actually dead on board, so I'll just quit. It's fine. All right, let's bring back in the me hooks and some pick your poisons. And I think we're just gonna cut this shit because they have blot outs. And then maybe we just do like feed the cycle and a Thoughtseize. And because they have blot out, I want to win the grindy game, and I don't really want to try to cheese them because it seems like they're well prepared for the cheese. 10 looks awesome. We could go turn 1 Goose, turn 2 Trail Crumbs activate, but I want to play around Thoughtseize the best I can, and I think that Talent getting down on 1 is great. They do take my Trail Crumbs here, but we still have the ability to play like a good long game of Magic. We're going to hold on to the Boseiju for as long as we can, because it can break up a couple different of their artifacts and enchantments. We do reveal that we drew the Fountain Port, but I think that's fine. Another Thoughtseize. Now their discard spells will be lackluster. We're going to get this to level 2. That way, if any of our stuff starts dying, we'll get some mills. Like, if they go to kill our goose next turn, we can sack it to oven. We get to mill ourselves and dig for a cat. Next turn, we can start sacking food tokens to Fountain Port, and that will also mill. Ygra. Alright, let's just play Ygra, I guess. So if we hit another cat here, we win the game. We actually have quite a few looks at it here. Alright, so let's start by sacking, and we'll target ourselves, and then we can respond to our own ability. Do it again. And this gives us one more look to try to kill them right now. So if we hit another cat right now, we win. We didn't hit it. That's okay. How's the Saga and Storm? Unfortunately, it didn't go well. I need to change the thing. But now, even if they have something to kill the Ygra, like Blot Out, we just have Talent plus Witch's Oven, and we will eventually be able to Chapter 3 this and get something big back. Now, we did board out our Ripper, so it's basically just another Ygra at this point. But if they don't have an answer to Ygra, they are very close to dead, if not actually dead when I untap. They discarded just Den of the Bugbear, so that's bad news for me. Mayhem Devil. I'll block. If something gives a Death Touch. Nope. It's a good draw. We can just kill the Mayhem Devil with it. Oh, it's non-creature. Whoops. Thought I could Haywire Might the Mayhem Devil. That's just a mistake. Target me, sure. I still didn't find it. All right, let's sack the familiar. And we can still kill them even through the Mayhem Devil if we get the cats going. All right, so let's mill ourselves for 2. Still didn't find it. We did find another Ygra should this one die for chapter 3. They don't have a food, but they do have a Mayhem Devil. I'll just force the chump block, I guess. I don't know. And then at any point they do anything that's scary, I can try to combo kill them. I have essentially 4 looks. I should probably just do it now while they're mostly tapped out. We just have so many looks at it that it feels like we should just go for it. We got four looks. All right, and now we found it, so this should be lethal. GG. All right, I am going to mill them. Nice. You're in the risk with scavengers of milling yourself out before killing them if the cats are too far down the deck. Not really, because once you've milled over your entire deck, milling more doesn't kill you. And so you can just use the combo. Like, if you already have the Ygra in play, milling your whole deck is fine. It's very similar to Thassa's Oracle. Yeah, we play a lot of Pioneer. I just been playing a little bit of Modern during the RCQ season. Okay, so mirror match. Well, we got the goods too. All right, Forager. So we have a fatal push for that. I think we just gotta take care of it before it gets a tap for mana. They do get a food, but that thing can go wild. One of the reasons, like, we're not playing it is because it dies to fatal push. All right, we can chapter 2 scavengers or just play trail crumbs. I'm just gonna play trail crumbs because we just don't have a whole lot going on. And chapter 2 of the scavenger challenge doesn't do anything at the moment. So they have a lot better setup than we do in terms of production, but we can catch up. We just gotta hope they don't find too many payoffs. I love this song. All right, chapter 2 talent. So they can sack the goose and make a food and mill themselves for 2. They can use the goose for food. They don't have a trail of crumbs yet. Another forager. Okay. This is actually fine. Please mill me. Please mill me. Please mill me. All right, so let's go chapter 2 talent and play another trail crumbs. And then we'll play Ygra next turn and hope they don't find 2 cats to kill me with, I guess. But maybe playing the Ygra is bad. I don't know. I wonder if I should just never cast Ygra or and vice versa. You know? Because it just leads to doom. How's that going? 2-0 so far. Feeling good. Chat, while we're waiting on our opponent, I'd like to take this time to say thank you to our sponsors for today's stream. Apex Gaming is a game store out of Caldwell, Ohio, with a tournament series that is commentated by Ross Merrim and myself. You can check out more information about that tournament series at apexgaming.gg. We will have a team open this weekend, Team Modern open this weekend in Caldwell, Ohio at the Apex Gaming home store. Make sure to follow them on Twitter, Apex Gaming MTG. Thank you so much to Moxfield. Moxfield's a great website for building and sharing deck lists with your friends. If you're curious about what decks I'm playing and want to know more about the decks that I like to play on stream, you can check the link in the video description if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can !deck or deck list in chat to get a link to my Moxfield page, and make sure to give me a follow there so you get updated whenever I post a new deck. Lastly, thanks to Paradise Games and Gifts. Paradise Games and Gifts is a game store out of Fairfax, Virginia, specializing in trading card games. They have a wonderful storefront. Make sure to check them out if you're in the area. Or you can check out their website at gcparodice.com. Pick up some singles for your next event. They have great customer service and better prices. Paradise Games and Gifts is formerly known as Games and Comics Paradise. Sorry, the names are very similar, and I keep mixing them up in my head, but Paradise Games and Gifts, Fairfax, Virginia, Apex Gaming, Caldwell, Ohio, and Moxfield.com. Thank you so much for sponsoring today's stream. Chat, my opponent is cooking. Here we go. Talent Chapter 2, great. Now they're both on Chapter 2. Stacking of food. Stacking of food here, boss. I think playing a Ygra at this point is just asking to die. They found a Cauldron Familiar as well. So they don't have Chapter 3, but they can get Chapter 3. So they're looking for a Familiar and a Ygra here. It'll be a really fun sideboard game, though, because we both have so many disenchant effects. And so many good targets for them. Look at all those Gilded Geese. Cash grabs? Nice. Alright, very close to death. They need another Familiar and a Ygra, but they got 2. Oh, there's the Ygra. So now they're going to get back Ygra. I do think Thornvault Forger is a powerful card, and if you play Thornvault Forger in your Golgari Sacrifice deck, I think that it is fine. And it's certainly fine if you're also playing Cash Grab, because you can put in your hand and get a food token. But it does just get punked by removal And the rest of the deck is somewhat insulated from regular spot removal, I guess. Am I dead yet? Chat? What are we're in the end step. Okay, so Talon's coming back. Ygra's coming back. Okay, so can I draw something to kill them? What can I do that kills them? I don't know that I have any one card. Chat, should we listen to the receivables on stream? Sounds like it could be fun. Okay, so they found the other one. I'm just going to cancel. Wait, turn off auto yields. I wonder if I can kill them if they messed up. Turn off auto yields. Turn off auto yields. Okay, so they don't have... Okay, chat. So, my opponent's about to learn a very tough lesson. Alright, they have no food in play, right? They have all these on the stack. Ygra turns my stuff into food, too. Alright, I'm going to save targets, and I'm going to always yield. My opponent is learning a very valuable lesson, chat, and that's to never mill your opponent unless you have no other option, or it's killing them. Alright, we will auto-yield to the Ygra. And now once this familiar comes back to the battlefield from the graveyard, we'll drain them for 1. It doesn't matter if I get milled out because I'm just killing them in response to their own thing. Alright, opponent learned the lesson and did not force me. Alright, so pick your poison, Haywire Mite. I don't mind the hearses, because they can stop the talent stuff. And sometimes you can maybe snag the cats. I don't think any of this other stuff's that relevant. Fatal Push is certainly bad. Mehook's certainly mid. I like the Vein Ripper stuff. Maybe one trail. Maybe we do one Ygra. Yo, but they'll never make that mistake again, stale moves. And that's how we get better at Magic. You make a mistake, and you move on. Well, Quack Attacks. The thing about me is that my playlist is 3,000 songs big. Me to counteract our cats? Yeah, but the game's not really about chip damage with cats. That does stop the infinite combo, but not really. Like, it's something that is just so mid. And I don't even know that it completely stops any of the combos, because they can also just mill you. And I think if he does it right, he can actually mill me without... Maybe not. Maybe not. And he might be able to mill me and then sack the Ygra somehow. Like, put everything on the stack before they go in the graveyard. I don't know. It's tough. Yeah, they also might be able to do the stack thing where if it's my turn, they can resolve their thing, and then me hooks on the stack still, and then they go again, and then me hooks on the stack still, and then they go again, and me hooks still on the stack. All right, there's the talent. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play talent of my own. Got me. Sorry, I'm gonna do the same thing to them. Roughly. Woo! That's tough. All right, I'm gonna say go, and then if they try to trigger the scavenger talent in any way or level it anyway, I'll make sure to directly target that one first. Yeah, we'll eat this one first, and then we'll play Haywire Might and kind of do the same thing. We don't want to let them get any value out of it, but we also don't need to crack it right away. And they might just not have anything to do with their mana. I don't think we really even need to do this right this moment. All right, let's attack, and I'm going to play Hearst Trellicrums. I told you the post-sideboard games would be fun. Good chance they have, like, Besage or something, and they're considering blowing up Trellicrums. Oh, they're gonna kill hearse. We will eat their graveyard first, but yeah, this is fine. I like the extra land here. And I like that they're killing this instead of trail crumbs. I think that maybe shows an inexperience in the matchup. Their graveyard, with only one card in hand, I can't imagine that their graveyard matters very much at all. Not at the moment, anyway. Whereas the Trail of Crumbs is going to potentially chain me off. Okay, so they had the answer for everything, so it didn't really matter. The last card is Familiar. I'm going to attack. I doubt they'll block. But if they do, we have the food to bring ours back, and then we have Oven, and they just don't. I will end of turn Takanuma. I do want to get it so that I'm attacking with the Familiar Forger. Forger's pretty good here. Soren in case I draw Ripper. Ripper! Alright, we'll give this Death Touch. I will lose my chain, but I'm very happy to trade this, and then anything that generates food gets the Cauldron Familiar going again. But I think the Forger being able to go get more stuff here when they're basically no permanents, no hand. I'm gonna go ahead and do this just to play around any sort of like anti-graveyard thing. Alright, Goose plus buy Gigantha. Alright, we really... Oh, they're not gonna buy Gigantha? Are you kidding me? Okay, it's good news for me. I forgot Gigantha multiple times yesterday, so I get it. Alright, we didn't draw it. The Soren stuff does look pretty weak. Okay. I'll just keep doing more chip damage, I guess. They have a lot of potential food to... I don't know. They got a lot of stuff they can do. But they can't tap Forger for mana and activate it. So I'm not really afraid of that at the moment. I'm going to hold on to the Darkboard pathway, I suppose. I wonder if I should have got back Haywire Might, just in case they drew another thing. Soren here, if I had drawn the Vein Ripper, I would have been pretty stoked. But the Vein Ripper stuff is maybe bad because I have just so many artifacts and enchantments in general. And so people just already bring in Pick Your Poison. Nice Sweet's Revenge. 3 and a green. There's a battlefield, make a food. Food you control, tap for mana. 7, sack it. Creatures get +X on turn. X is the number of food you control, activate only sorcery. I think you're grossly overestimating our food production. I think if you get 2 talents down, you can certainly generate a bunch of foods, but usually every single food you make is immediately sacrificed. Alright, so now they're going to start getting squirrels. I'm going to eat 2 random cards in my graveyard. That way I can grow my hearse a little. Real David Thomas with a 15 months. Thank you so much for the Prime Gamer sub. Appreciate you, homie. I miss you too, man. Yo, hit me up if they ever bring back Verdansk on Arena. Wonder if I should just pick your poison the goose. It's basically dead against artifacts, so at this point it would only trail crumbs, and I don't know if they're playing trail crumbs. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Always glad to see me streaming. Thanks, man. Alright, so they're gonna Forager. If they go get Camellia, I'm in trouble, but I hope that they just have more Foragers. Okay. Foragers for Foragers. Come on, Ripper? Yeah, no kidding. I am glad that I burned the Picker Poison on the Goose because they just have food tokens. They should definitely buy Gigantha, and I think they just forgot about it. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing to gain life. If they have some way to instant speed eat the familiar now, I think that's okay. But Ripper with Soar and stuff seems like it's pretty powerful. God almighty. Or with Witch's Oven stuff. On so many lands. I forgot to plus on the Sorin, so I'll plus now, I guess. Guess on my step I'll eat 2 more random things. Keep the Haywire Mites. Cash Grab, they just get a land though. Maybe in the Vein Ripper Sorin version I should be playing Cash Grab. Cost 2 to crew. Alright, another Forager. Is that all of them? No, they got one more Forager left they can go get. Alright, something big. Something big, something broken. Man, how many is that in a row? I don't know how many in a row that is, but it's a lot. I think 5 in a row. Maybe I drew a hearse in there somewhere, or an oven. Chip damage. We did miss a damage though, and that could come up, but with multiple food tokens and just tons of ways to produce them, this like micro damage is just window dressing. But it can add up later when we find something that increases the damage. Like Vein Ripper or Ygra or whatever. I think my opponent is going to time out this match, chat. They've been playing a little slowly. Alright, so they go get their last Thornville Forger. They can attack the Soren for quite a bit, but at this point the Soren is just a dud. It's been a dud mostly, but Vein Ripper has not been a dud. I think there's some chance that I would want to play some small number of Vein Rippers in the deck, even if I wasn't playing Soren. Just because it's a great reanimation target. Okay, so they're playing Vine Root Mentors as well as the Thorn Vaults. That makes sense. So they just have tons and tons of stuff to do with these. It's going to be so hard to kill them, but they're just going to run out of time. They have 7 minutes left. There's like no way they can physically kill me in 2 games. And they did concede in 1 game, so I feel somewhat obligated to concede if they assemble a combo. But I'm not going to just concede out of nowhere. Alright, we'll exile 2 more. If we find a creature that just crews Hearse, we just get to gain like 20 life every turn or whatever. Good God. Them killing my Trellicrums really ruined this game for me. I don't know why they haven't been like attacking me. I guess their plan is to just eventually get infinity squirrels into play. I guess they don't have a Camellia, whatever it's called. I'm gonna play this last card for fun, for funsies. They have so many squirrels, chats. Yeah, these have been some long games, I agree, but a lot of it is just my opponent playing slowly, but it's also just been 2 players just flooding like crazy. But we both just like ruined each other's early development with disenchants. But then after that, we both just drew a bunch of lands, and they had 1 Thornvault Forger, which turned into all these squirrels. This is only game 2, and we're up a game. Alright, Soren for 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll block some of it. And we can just let it die because we have another food. And I don't have to bring it back right this moment either. Vein Ripper! There we go. This will probably end the game if they don't have a disenchant hand. Maybe not this turn. No, don't tell me they have it. That's so sickening. Alright, not very many lands left. I will just plus on the Soren. Make a food with a goose, I go. We're such a high life total, it'll take them a while for them to punch through, but they have so much life to gain that their life total is not really 4, it's more like 20. Alright, I'm just gonna let Soren die. See if they remember to buy Gigantha now. Don't even need Sword for Ripper. Yeah, I know. Just need. We wanted it like 20 turns ago. In case when we only had 5 mana. Good God. I guess. Did I just side out? What did I side out? Pushes, Mihawk, and 1 Ygra. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna say go. Yeah, my opponent is drawn dead, but we're gonna burn him out with time. We're just gonna play the game. I'm not gonna play slow. I'm just gonna do my actions and pass turn. I will block with Cauldron Familiar because it prevents damage and I can bring it back with food for nothing. Alright, so we'll go sack a creature with flying. My opponent and I have both just done a great job of killing each other's engines. We're gonna make some food and sack them and gain some life. Not gonna block with them. Her seems like the wrong sideboard card. I'll say that. Not being able to crew it. Sure. So we sack a goose. If I find a way to crew this thing, my opponent's cooked. Can I interest you in a blooming marsh? This has been a horrible game. Not very fun or close. We're just like getting swarmed by little squirrels, but they didn't have the one camellia to pay it off. It was like purgatory, yeah. Finally, the Rock has come back. I don't think this is going to work because sacking a thing drains them for 2. Tanner, Chad, this is a great hand. Let's just hope our opponent doesn't have Thoughtseize or Spell Pierce. No Thoughtseize, no Spell Pierce, and I'm very happy. I wonder if I should hold up Fatal Push on 1 or not. I kind of want to play turn 1 Oven, turn 2 tapped Fatal Push, something like that. I think that'll probably be, since I'm on the play, I'll do that. No, chat! Why? Thoughtseize sucks, man. Thoughtseize sucks. It just sucks. It sucks to play against. I just want to do the thing that my deck is built to do, and Thoughtseize says no. That's okay. Yes, that's fine. Guess you'll just take my Sorin or take my Vein Ripper and make me real sad. Great. That's a good draw right there, chat. It's a good draw. Bronco? Waste not. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, that was actually a really good draw. My Fatal Push is likely dead. Maze Mine Tome. Maze Main Tome. Alright, so now we just need to draw, like, cats. That would be kind of sick. Alright, let's pop a food, and I should have definitely played the Swamp first. I think I'm going to take Cauldron Familiar over Sorin, even though we have the Vein Rippers, but it's mostly because their deck is actually probably good at killing Vein Ripper. Right? Perfect. I'm going to tap Fountain Port just because I don't need to use it anytime soon. Land or Meehook? I can take Meehook and just play it for 0. That way my cat stuff is doing damage. Extra damage. And now we are probably going to be able to drain them out here. And I can maybe play another thing here, so I'm going to go ahead and main phase the Trilochrome stuff. The Cauldron Familiar can die here without being able to make a food, but there's a good chance I'll find something to play here off this Trilochrums. Like a goose. Oh. Alright, and so now we'll just play goose. And now even if our Cauldron Familiar dies, we can get the chain going back again. And we also have Fountain Port to make a token if that would happen as well. Now, I guess Extinction Event on Odd, exiling these would be kind of a bummer. Okay, so they're flipping this. One more. Okay. Gary Santarin. We'll definitely discard a Fatal Push. They get a draw 2. Alright, so attack for 1. Sack Cauldron Familiar, we're going to drain them for a bit. Go save targets. Always yield, always yield. Always yield. And I'm going to say go. So we can Goose Food Trail here on the instep, which we'll do. And we're going to wait in case they make us, like, discard our hand. Go blank. We'll bring back Cat. And there's a good chance they make us discard another card here. And most of their stuff is sorcery speed. They're going to make some low guys. I'm trying to think if I should draw a card now. I think the answer is no. Another Vein Ripper is pretty sicko, though. So I could definitely see an argument to do it. In fact, I think I am going to. Because casting Vein Ripper next turn is likely game. I don't want to give them mana. And so if I draw a land, I think I'll hold the land. But if I draw something else, I'll hold the Vein Ripper. Ygra. It's going to the graveyard and getting exiled. So we'll take Goose, and we'll discard Trail Goose. They'll draw 2, but they only have 2 mana. And a third mana doesn't let them clear the board in any way, I don't think. Push the Familiar. Okay, that's fine. I think there's a good play from them. I don't know if they've played a land yet. My guess is no. So they get to draw some cards and make some tokens. You think Wilderness Reclamation would be too strong if unbanned? Personally, no, but it's certainly an extremely powerful card. I love it, though, and I would like to see it unbanned. I'm a big fan of choosing to unban stuff when you can. Nice. Alright, so this is another matchup where all of the like disenchanting things are great. So we'll bring in Pick Your Poison, Haywire Might. Mihik Massacre and Fatal Push can easily come out. And maybe like 1 Thoughtseize. Maybe a Feed the Cycle because they do have big creatures sometimes and planeswalkers. Maybe I think Trail Crumb's excellent. Just 1 Feed's probably fine. Just 1 Answer to Shieldred if I need it, but it's probably not even that scary. Alright, so we have turn 3 Ripper. This is more like it. Couple of turn 3 Ripper hands if they don't have Thoughtseize. Maybe Hallinan. I think banning Reclamation is fine in general. Card's just like kind of insane. My hand is just so full of juice that I'm going to go ahead and play Haywire Might. Like, I don't even care if they kill it. I just want to use my mana. I'm going to play Trail next turn and then Sword and Ripper on 3 if they let me. If they play Waste Not, I think I'll go ahead and pop it with Haywire. Nice. Good draw. I want to hold the Besage if I can. Maybe Soren Ripper is just bad because they just have a million Lilianas. But maybe they brought out Liliana because I have Goose and Cat. We'll see what they do here. We don't have to go for this if we suspect that they have the answer. Oh, yeah, we should have done this before. So as we do get the food, that's a good call. Small miss. And definitely worth always keeping an eye on. Stuff like that, for sure. I do have a bunch of basics in my deck, so I'm not really afraid of Field of Ruin. Alright, I don't know what's the deal with everyone playing so slow today. Necromentia. Let's see what they name. This is probably why they were tanking for so long. They named Fatal Bush. Cauldron Familiar. It's gone. They get to see the bad news, though. Goodbye, kitties. We do have some stuff that we can still do, thanks to the Soren Ripper stuff. And I'm just going to slam it. Put in the deck for a reason, right? Hope they don't have it. I do think Waste Not is particularly adept at dealing with this, just because they have Liliana, Blot Out, Extinction Event. Eating effects in general are good against Ripper. Waste Not. Yep. All right, let's go Trail Crumbs. I'm just gonna play another Trail Crumbs. I don't really care about the talent, and they might not go for a discard effect because I only have the one card in hand. Oh, we should have plus this. That was a miss. We could get it back up to 3 and minus on it for a Ripper again. We definitely want to be pushing towards that. Okay. So they do get to draw 2 cards. Clean to Dust, targeting Van Ripper. Sure. I guess if I'm gonna play this build, I do think Dust Legion Zealot probably deserves a slot. Like, it's just a body that can be cycled. I'm gonna have to, like, figure out where to put it. Fountain Port's nice. I guess, is it even that nice? Alright, I'm going to sack 1 food and pay 1. I'll just take another Trail Crumbs, I guess. And I'm not gonna pay this one. Did I already plus the Soren? I did. Here we go. Yeah, we've already done it once, Bard, and it was quite good. Alright, so they're going to kill the Fountain Port. That's fine. Another cling, that's fine. The Lily ultimate is pretty scary. I need to threaten something soon. But it's really hard to do. The Waste Not and Liliana both kind of put us in a squeeze. We haven't played a land yet, so land here on the first one is definitely fine. Okay. I think I'm gonna pay one more time. Ripper is fine. And we'll take Ygra. If this was at 3, we'd be punishing them right now, but I think they probably would have attacked it with Hive if we had. Consider holding land for Lily since I can't really use mana. That's true. I did want to get the 6 mana into play. So Soren's gonna eat shit this turn. Oh my god, are they... I hope I don't even know what I want to discard here. So if I give them mana... They have 2 cards in hand now. Maybe I just discard a... Shoot. This is tough. I'm just gonna go mana, whatever. The Liliana at ultimate here is scary. Maybe I should bring in the other kill spell just for planeswalkers for Lily. All right, let's play Vein Ripper and say go. Then they'll probably ultimate Lily on me. Oh, wow. I just want to concede. It's so hard to get out of this. I guess because they can't exile all of my stuff, I can maybe talent next turn. Let's see what they do. I'm not going to concede. If they ultimate me, I'm like kind of happy because I just finally get rid of it. All right. So we choose the ones to sacrifice. So we choose the pile that's dying. So we get like 2 lands and all of our stuff, or all of our lands, all of our stuff, something like that. This is the biggest that the window can go, chat. They leave me 4-land talent. I'm definitely going to keep 4-land talent. The Trail Crumbs are hard to use. Okay, so they want to give me 1-land talent, or... Alright, so it's probably just... Alright, choose a pile to sacrifice. So it's 5 lands, or 1 land and all my stuff. So I think we just sacrifice this one. Now we can still just keep playing Magic. And hopefully they don't have a way to make me discard here. I mean, they have Guy Reach, but it's mostly like, I hope they don't have Go Blank. Go Blank just takes it all from me. That being tapped is really strange. That's just how it works. It's to signify which one's which. If there's ones that are different. Alclozats. Okay, we can beat that one, chat. We need to draw land right now, though. This sucks. Oh, Ygra. Whatever. I'll just discard my oven. Alright. Waste not. A land here is certainly good. I don't really want to give them 2 cards, but we don't have a choice. Alright, I'm just going to concede. I don't think I can win this game. I'm just going to give them up. I'm going to bring another Feed the Cycle, and I kind of want Thoughtseizes. I'm just going to not have Sorin in my deck, but I'm going to keep the Vein Rippers. So we can just cast them, and we can bring them back. I had to play first. Yes. Keep this one. So there's a good chance they have 2 1-mana discard spells in hand. So in order to play around those, I'm going to play Talent first instead of Thoughtseize. It's just a powerful engine that they can't really get off the table without Lily ults. Or like a Ratchet Bomb style effect. So now they can take either, but they'll probably take Thoughtseize because this is just expensive. And now we just want to draw more engine style cards. That's pretty good. Go ahead and play it. No, waste not. Alright, Hearse is fine. Alright, talent level 3. Doesn't do anything right now. But maybe later it will. I will just play Ygra next turn, I think. There's a good chance they have Blot Out or something similar, but it's not like I have much else to do. Bankbuster is a great draw on their part. It also makes my Pick Your Poison a little awkward because they can choose which one they want to keep, and they can draw a card before it dies. I'm going to play Ygra. I think there's a good chance they use their mana next turn to not do Bankbuster stuff. And if they don't have Edict here, this is pretty good. Shoulder Edicts turn off audio. God damn it, dude. I just F6 too much. I could have gotten 2 food off of it. And then we could have talented something back. Oh no, they're going to eat both. Never mind. That's fine. It didn't end up mattering. But maybe I should have planned on going Boseiju on that. I definitely just should have sacked it. It was just horrible. Horrible. Horrible misclicks. And flood time. Time for flooding. I think my plan is to kill the hearse now. Just because I have the scavenger's talent going. Not having the extra 2 food here is so brutal. But it means if I draw anything, I will have a nice little answer. Or a nice little way to get it back if they try to kill it. Okay, so now Cat would be sick. Ygra, Vein Ripper, and Cat would all be in. What else? Trail. We got quite a few cards that are good here. To draw. I think because I can cast most of my permanents here, I should main phase it. Familiar's good draw. Alright, we're going to try to hit a big thing here. Got a mill 2 looking. If we sack again, we can do it again. I just want to get a big thing in play here. Try to. We missed. Bummer. But we have the Trail of Crumbs engine going now, so that's fine. Do I want to sack 3 to bring back... No. I could sack 3 to bring back Goose. I don't think that's worth. We do get a bunch of mills, but it's not worth losing Oven or Trail. Extinction event, bummer. I wonder if they're going to plus. Okay, so they're going to draw a card first to see if they want a plus, if they draw like another land or whatever. Alright. We do have a pretty good turn coming up, even if we don't draw anything relevant, because we have Trail of Crumbs active with Scavenger's Talent. Like the Boseiju. So, not the best turn. Maybe we shouldn't have been so hasty with the cat, putting it in harm's way like that for exiling. They have a 2 Castle Lochthwain. I wouldn't have anything to do with this. This is fine. But I have the ability to kill Bankbuster if they get aggro with it. I can also kill Hive. Hive is also a way for them to attack the graveyard, so that might be worth. Been a fun match, though. Very interesting. Alright, with this discard in the stack, we'll kill the Hive. They did get the float of mana. We could have killed Bankbuster, but I think I'm just at a high enough life total where the Hive eating things in my graveyard might end up mattering more. They're Lily's at 6 now, though, and I'm probably going to lose. Seems like an extremely difficult matchup for specifically the Soren Ripper build, because I'm losing a lot of my consistency with things like Daily Dispute and the like, and trading it for like higher impact things. I know, I see. I was just trying to get a big thing into play while they were mostly tapped out. But now my Trail of Crumbs is gross. At the very least, it had to be a sorcery to punish me, because I was going to probably just bring it back at any time, so Blot Out might have still gotten me. We'll go ahead and play our land. I've been flooding really badly. Trail of Crumbs helps, like, use your mana, but it's been kind of bad. Alright, so they're going to ultimate. I think this is actually better for me than for them to just leave it in play. So it's probably just going to be lands versus my stuff. Well, I'll definitely keep 2 lands in my stuff. Okay, so I had to sack a bunch of stuff. Do I target them? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12? Is there any universe where that works? I guess I just target myself. I wish I could resolve them one at a time so I could do some at me and some at them. They might be about to exile my graveyard. If they exile my graveyard here, that sucks. If I target them, maybe. I didn't have anything good in my graveyard, so mill 12 seems fine. How'd the Far to Modern go? Not as good as I had hoped. We'll pitch this Goose. Vogue Despair. I think the talent has enough stuff, so we'll just sack it. Kill myself still. Finally put a big thing in the yard. Finally put Ygra in the yard. I think... Okay. Tag me for 4. Goose, familiar. 1 familiar gone. So I got like 1 goose, 1 familiar left that I can cast. Maybe I should have kept lands. I don't think so, though. Alright, you win. Opener is good enough. Let's just hope we draw land and they don't Thoughtseize us to death. On the draw, so we have a little time to find the land at least. A couple draws. Mana Confluence, that does not bode well. Oh, well, no turn 1 play. My guess is it's going to be a slew of Burning Tree Emissary type things on 2. Oh, it's Amalia. Okay. Well, this is probably not the best matchup, but we can certainly win the game. Amalia is, in general, just an extremely powerful deck that's extremely consistent. So, let's hope we don't die, but could easily die. Hope I don't die. If they just like if they play Wildgrowth Walker here and just like gain a ton of life, I don't know that there's much we can do about it. They might not have a... I guess, yeah, okay. Alright, so let's make sure they have the thing in their deck. We didn't have Fatal Push. They don't know about Sword and Ripper, but we might not have that in our deck after game 1, because it's pretty bad against the Amalia stuff. Let's make sure that they have the Ether Flux Reservoir in the deck. If they do, I don't think that we can beat them here. But we did beat our Amalia opponent yesterday after they Amalia comboed, and I think it was actually ZNT, so. It takes just like an extremely long amount of time to kill them with Ygra, with damage, but luckily when we're doing the Ygra stuff, we often are milling with the talent. But turn 3 combo is just so hard to fight back against, you know? We needed a fatal push and we didn't have it in our opener, and I should have probably known better. Okay, so they didn't find it, but they keep Return to the Ranks on top, but okay. We'll keep playing. Alright, let's go. The only thing we can do, Thorn Ripper. We can chump block and then sack it to Witch's Oven. And we're actually not even dead next turn to the attack. They also just might have the thing in hand, and then we're dead. That's fine. Boom. Alright, do we want Thoughtseize? Maybe. Feed the Cycle? Maybe. I think we want these 6. Maybe these 8. I think we just cut Sword and Ripper. Sword and Ripper. This has not looked very good. But I do like the ability of Vein Ripper in the Cat Oven Shell. And maybe there is like Rakdos Vampire Sack. You know? Something like that. I do like the idea of having a big thing to discard, to bring back from the discard pile. Keep, I guess. Go turn 1 Goose, turn 2 Trail Crumbs, activate. I don't like how similar these look. Probably shouldn't be using them. Gilded Goose plus Trail Crumbs is one of my favorite combos in Magic. It's just such a clean little thing, and it feels so good when you do it. On Arena yesterday, I actually faced someone playing Rakdos Sack, Splash and Green for Ygra and Pick Your Poison. Nice. It's possible that the Green Splash should just be for Ygra. Okay, they look like they wanted to... they look like they wanted... Oh my god. Like they want to use their mana? Oh, we missed. Very fun. That very rarely happens. Am I just gonna be dead again? Let's do talent. I'm going to do this. And now I'm not even dead if they go for a Molly combo, because I can just mill the reservoir, as long as they don't have it in their hand. This also lets me start milling. Enchantments. Alright, so I'll go green. I'm going to sack Troll Crumbs, but first I'm going to draw a card. I'll take Mehook. I do have a second black for it. Know myself for 2 more. We find Ygra, we can chapter 3 this and then just kill them. Or potentially kill them. Come very close to killing them. Wild Growth Walker, sure. What's the best play here? Probably just Familiar Oven. Alright, so we can chapter 3 the talent, but I don't think it does much here. So I think I'm going to just Trail Crumbs with the plan to start churning that again. Holding the Mehook Masker for a big sweeper if I need it next turn. Turn from the Alphas to a Tandy stream. Gonna be a great day. What's up, Deviation? How are you? So far, this deck's been pretty fun. I've been really enjoying working on the Ygra sack stuff. I do think that there's just a lot to Scavenger's talent. This is fine. I mean, it's not fine, but even if they combo me, I can still win pretty easily. Alright, so they just hit a bunch more dog shit. And so now I'll get to Mehook Masker them next turn. Find a Ygra. I think Court of Calling me here at instant speed. I don't know if they have it, but it's a good player, man. Alright, so we did hit another familiar, and I think now I think no matter, even if they have Court of Calling, we're fine. Now that we can do this, I'm also going to target them. No. Alright. I think we're good. See, Viper, you want to buy the deck? I got some builds with Viper. This is a Soren Vein Ripper build. I guess we should do something to highlight it. This is the Ygra Vampires. But I've been cooking, man. Been really cooking lately. All right, last game of the league. DNT a great player here. It's going to be a tough one, I think. Opening hand's pretty good. Thoughtseize and Fatal Push can really slow them down. I'm doing pretty good, Gator. You'll see the deck in the Mox Field. It's like 4 down. It's Ygra Vampires. Alright, the turn 1 Lunark Veteran is honestly a little rough. I'm going to give them like a turn before I start killing their creatures, I think. I'm definitely going to block because then I get 12 Crumbs mini combo. They drew a land, that's tough. I know they have Resurrect Stick in hand, so they can play that and then just threaten Wildgrowth Walker for a while. Sacks an artifact. This is fine. I'll sack food. And then I can Trail Crumbs to bring it back. Alright, so we'll go Thoughtseize, see what's up. Coco and 2 land, great. And then I think I just wait on the Trail Crumbs because they have Beseiju. I can just do that next turn. Hold up Fatal Push this turn. I think that's fine. I don't think I'll Fatal Push either of these. I'll just let these chip damage me a little bit. And then wait for them to Beseiju on the oven. Artudo unbanned yesterday. What do you think about the swap Heliod for Ballista? I think it's fine, but I don't think that's something they'll ever do. Because it like admits an incorrect choice previously. And personally, I think walking Ballista is just extremely powerful. I would personally not like to see that happen, but I think I'm just going to say go because I have Feed the Cycle and Fatal Push up here. And I just really want them to burn the Beseiju now. Looks like they're not going to. That's fine. We'll just take the damage. They just matter so little, especially when, like, I'll be easily... So if I play the Troll Crumbs, the ETB is a trigger, and they'll Beseiju with the trigger on the stack before I get the food. Alright, so before these explorers go off, I'm going to kill this for black 1. Alright, so they will gain some life. That's fine. Alright, 1 card left in hand. I think I have to do it now to get my cat back. Oh, no, we don't. Alright, so we'll just go... Me hook for 1, kill both these. They will be able to get them back, but they'll like probably tap out to do it, and then I'll get a turn with Trail Crumbs. And that's exactly what I've been setting up for like 3 or 4 turns to play around the Beseiju. Are they just really... Oh, they must have drawn Coco. Okay, so they drew Coco or Cord. Let's see if they Beseiju in response or if they are holding on to their thing. Alright, so we'll go bring back the food, and then we can hit a land drop if we find it, and we still have push up to stop combo. I will take Ygra. And we'll say go and just hold up push. We could go for another Trail Crumbs. And if I hit an untapped land, that's actually like quite good. But I think if I just miss on lands, I die. Or can die, and I'd rather just not. Alright, so probably Coco coming. Last card's Beseiju. Let's hope this is a weak hit. But even if it's a strong hit, we have Fatal Push. 2 Innkeepers. Okay, that's a very weak hit. We are very fine with that. Okay, so now with these on the stack, here's what we're going to do, chat. We're going to Oven now, so they can't Beseiju my trail in response. And now I can trail and pay 1. I think I might just straight up trade as well. Let's see if they might go after the Witch's Oven. I'm going to take Beseiju because I just need to land for the Ygra, but obviously if they blow up my oven, it'll be worse. I think I can get some more food production pretty easily, and so I mostly just want to try to crunch down on their permanents as much as possible. Since we have this Troll Crumbs to go again. That's a extremely powerful draw. Extremely powerful draw. But at least I didn't hit it off Coco. Top card, a Court of Calling. So they have essentially found combo again. And so now I can't tap out for Ygra, so I got to do Trail Crumbs. Alright, we're going to Trail Crumbs. That way we can get back to Cauldron Familiar. See if they want to kill the oven in response. Alright, so we'll get... It's tapped no matter what, right? No, it's untapped. Nice. So we'll get Forest, I guess. Alright, so we can bring this back now and still play Feed the Cycle and Fatal Push. I did play the Beseiju this turn, so I think I say no to this. And I think I will trade with Innkeeper if they'll let me, but I might also just chump Extraction Specialist with it because... Alright, another Phantom's fine. So it's whenever a creature you control leaves the battlefield. So I think I'm just going to forage this here now. And I'll just leave in Witch's Oven. Try to play 3 life to prevent this, yes. And this is basically going to game them 1 less life, but I don't know how much that's going to matter. I know that they have, sorry, I don't need to unauto yield, turn off auto yields. I know they have Court of Calling in hand, but they have only one of the combo pieces because this side doesn't work with the combo that well. It gains the 1 life necessary to do stuff, but... I think if I kill Innkeeper, then Cord doesn't do that much anymore. I'm just trying to figure out if I can afford to tap out for a Ygra. I guess the Innkeeper, because I have Ygra and they have multiple ways to gain life, it's just not worth. I think I'm going to chump block, though. We just got to be very careful, but I'm pretty sure that we can win this game. I don't feel behind. The Court of Calling is scary, and the top of their deck is always scary, but... Alright, so let's go Talent. We'll go Goose. And I think I'm going to go Chapter 2 with the Talent right off the rip. Then we can Cauldron Familiar, back food, pay green. And I'm going to mill myself for now. Alright, we did find another Cauldron Familiar, so if we survive till next turn, we should be able to win. I'm gonna take another Talent in case they blow mine up. I don't think the Boseiju does much. We already have one in play. I think I'll say no on this one. And now if they tutor for Amalia, I think I'll just kill it while they're basically tapped out. And then next turn with Ygra and 2 Cauldron Familiars, they should be dead. And they may hold on to the cord to see what they draw. This blocking one of the Luminous Phantoms is nice. Gives me a little bit of rebuff on health. This is not the best attack, I don't think, because the Scavenger's Talent lets me get a food token to bring the Cauldron Familiar back. So this is actually net positive for me. And even if they combo kill, now that I have the Scavenger's Talent, I can just mill the top of their deck if it's the Reservoir. And they can gain infinite life, and then I can just untap and deck them. Sorry to bug you, but how was Ygra Viper Sack? Was it better than Squirrels and catch you playing the deck? I didn't play that version today. I am playing the Vampire version today. Okay, this is fine. Damage happens. Selfless Savior. I don't think the Court of Calling gets him out of it now. Court of Calling doesn't combo at all. They might be able to... I could just play Ygra and then say go. And then I think that if they ever bite, they die. If they ever do anything, they die. So I can start the chain with a Cauldron Familiar, and I can, since this will be a food, I can just I can respond to Court of Calling to just deck them. So this should be a 4-1 and a GG. 4-1 and a GG. No thanks to Soren and Vein Ripper. I might want like 1 Vein Ripper in the deck. Maybe 2. Now they can Court of Calling here maybe for something this anti-graveyard. We can then respond by bringing back 1, maybe both of the Cauldron Familiars. Ygra look good against Molly, though? Yeah, this is like 2 times in a row that I've played them where I can set up a spot where I'm just like not that afraid of their combo. And so they're basically just treading water or trying to kill me with little chunkers. And trying to kill me with little chunkers is basically impossible. Okay, great. So 4-1 with this build. I think that's a very fine showing for this build, considering I think the Soren and Vein Ripper were almost worthless. And I don't want to say that they were horrible. Soren was horrible. I think I minus Soren to put Vein Ripper into play twice. And both times my opponent just had an Edict. And that's in 5 matches. Without the like 2-drop vampire to kind of churn through your deck. I think that the Soren stuff just can't really be here. I would really like maybe one more kind of modal creature to put into the deck, and I think that that thing is just going to end up being Rottenmouth Viper, because Rottenmouth Viper is also just a really nice thing to bring back. And this is the other build of the deck that I've been working on. We're currently at 4 Deadly Disputes and 3 Terrarian, but I could easily see cutting a Deadly Dispute for a 4th Trail of Crumbs and go in this direction. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. We had the Soren Ripper stuff. The Vein Ripper was actually quite nice when I was doing Cat Oven tricks. Meathook Massacre was pretty sweet in a couple spots. But overall, it's just the Ygra, Scavenger's Talent, Cauldron Familiar, Witch's Oven, Trail of Crumbs. That core is just very, very good. And we just have like 8 to 12 flex slots. They can kind of just rotate around them. And we got to figure out what those flex slots should be. Perhaps it's a host of 2-cost, pieces of interaction. Maybe it's just main deck Thoughtseize. But my gut is saying that we just need more ways to make food, produce food, sack food, and maybe 1 or 2 more payoffs for the Scavenger's Talent Chapter 3. But we can hardcast the Ygra quite easily. We did it, I think, basically every time that we had it. Overall, though, I've just been really liking the way this deck plays and looks. This build, I think, is just something we got to chalk up to not quite good enough, but, perhaps we can kind of infuse some more of those vampire elements like Preacher of the Schism or the 2-drop that draws a card whose name I always forget. Dust Legionnaire or something. Anyway, that's all I got. Maybe too many basic lands. I went back up to a bunch of them. There's also a 3-cost food artifact that goes and gets a basic land that I was considering, because I think playing that with Gilded Goose is quite nuts. And if you play that, I've seen some people doing it in Standard already, and I think it's really cool. And it's another thing that just makes Gilded Goose way better. And I'm all about making Gilded Goose way better. I've been considering the Fight Wolf, Wicked Wolf. I've been considering a ton of different food-related things, both payoffs and generators. And I don't have anything conclusive yet. But this is basically where we're at, where I think all these are pretty sick. And the mana base is able to be changed pretty easily. Sideboard is pretty close to good. I like most of the cards. I brought most of them in. If we cut Vein Ripper, we obviously want to put back Gigantha. But the next place I'm going to be starting is with Rottenmouth Viper, and I already have a 5-0 list that I can pull from to try it. I think that Terrarian's probably better than the Servo card, but I'm not positive. The Servo, there's a 2-cost Servo Conduit or something like that. It's when it enters or dies, you make a 1/1. And the extra bodies that creates is like good for Rottenmouth Viper, both casting the first time and casting a second one, because it gives you a rebate on an extra token. The token can also be used with Witch's Oven to keep Cauldron Familiar chains going, to give you just more food in general. And so that might end up being better than Terrarion, but Terrarion is just there for Daily Dispute and Viper. And this is kind of the next place I want to try. Anyway, my name is Tandy. Make sure to check out my Patreon. I write articles. I just wrote an article all about Artist Talent, a card that I think works extremely well with Arclight Phoenix. If that sounds like something you're interested in, make sure to check out the Patreon right now. I do commentary for Apex Gaming. Apex Gaming is a game store out of Caldwell, Ohio, with the Apex series, and I've been doing commentary with Ross Merriam. We have a team open event this weekend, so get your Nadus and Shukos ready. And you can check that out on Apex Gaming MTG on Twitter and on Twitch. Moxfield.com is a great website for building and sharing decks with your friends. If you're curious about what decks I'm building or playing, you can check out my personal Moxfield page in the link description. There should be a link in the video description. If you're watching this live, you can !deck or deck list, and it'll take you right to my Moxfield page. Lastly, we're sponsored by Paradise Games and Gifts out of Fairfax, Virginia. Paradise Games and Gifts is a TCG-related business selling cards from Lorcana, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Magic the Gathering singles, and accessories. And if you're in the area, make sure to check out their storefront. It's quite nice. And if not, just check out their website, gcpairodice.com. Paradise Games and Gifts is formerly Games and Comics Pair O Dice. They're in the middle of a big name change. And once they get that all set up, the website will probably change too. But thank you so much. for our sponsors, and thank you so much, home, for watching. I'm Tandy, and we'll see you next time.